guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Adam and Jesse. We are out on a nice hike today, and it's Sunday, and it's day, I think, 22 for us on our keto journey here, and we're enjoying a nice little spot called Shallowford here in North Carolina, and we just got started. We have a nice big loop to complete, and it's our first time hiking since we've been on the keto diet, so it should be interesting. I believe we're pretty much fat adapted now, so it should be interesting to see how our energy levels are on a hike as compared to when we were loading up with carbs. So yeah, so we just started adding some exercise back in. Of course, we finished week 3, and in the particular book that we were following, they were talking about how we should start noticing the energy levels pick up a little bit, which we did. And then, of course, we started adding a little bit of exercise in, mostly from walking for me. Jesse's had a good history of running. How many half marathons have you done?
I completed 3.
She's completed 3 half marathons. I've completed 0, and that's okay for me. I'm not really a big fan of running, but so she's been implementing that back in, nursing a little bit of a sore spot on the bottom of her foot, trying to figure out what that is. But she's picked up some new shoes, I think, to try and work that out. So, what do you think about your run yesterday, as far as like your energy levels were?
Yesterday I just walked. So I didn't do any exercise last week like I planned because I was working more. But I didn't notice any issues working those extra hours. Nice. No extra fatigue or anything. But then when I ran this morning, they were just for short little bursts since I've been out of it so long. But I didn't have like any weakness because, you'd get that feeling where it feels like you're just running through heavy water. Yeah,
like you're just tanked out right off the bat.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing just feels sluggish. Yeah. Maybe your legs feel heavy. Or you just feel like you want some kind of carbs.
Right. Right, because I used to take those little gel packs, and there were like 25 carbs in one of those, 25 or 50. But just to prevent that, like, heavy feeling in your legs.
Right.
So, but no issues with that so far.
Which is good. So we still anticipate it getting even a little bit better as our body becomes a little more adapted, or a little bit more understanding of how to work out its carbs and fats balance. So. But anyway, that's what for today is for. We want to kind of start upping the exercise a little bit, and what better way to do it than out and about in nature with a good little bit of exercise. So I do have a little bit of a confession to make. I did have like a man fit, maybe, or kind of a little bit of a mental breakdown.
Wouldn't be a mental breakdown.
Well, I was getting pretty upset because the energy wasn't coming as quick as I'd like, and it's probably the end of week 2. I want to say probably day 14. So I was probably expecting a little bit too much, but I was very frustrated. I may or may not have blown up in the kitchen. There may or may not have been a few expletives come out of my mouth and stuff. But I think I was frustrated, and I think that's okay. I look back and it's like, it probably wasn't the best thing to put everybody through, although it was short-lived. I figured I was just frustrated, so I decided I'd go and lay down for a little bit, which helped quite a bit. But anyway, so I did have my little blow-up thing, but I think that's understandable. Come on through.
You're fine. Thanks.
Somebody else coming too.
Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit. It didn't last long. I did take a nap and felt better with it. But, I think that was, I just wasn't patient enough. And so I told the people, probably be a little bit more patient with yourself, because about 2 days later, I think, is when I turned the corner.
I think it was the next day.
Was it the next day?
I think it was the next day. You said you were fine.
Yeah, the next day, I woke up feeling quite a bit better. So maybe I turned the corner and flipped the switch. I was almost there, but I didn't give up with it. So that was good.
So you had to have that final crash.
I had to have that mental crash with it or something. But I stuck with it. I did what I was supposed to do, and made it through it just fine. And now I'm feeling a lot better. So we're going to continue on here. And they got a dog out there. Also, is that a golden retriever?
That's a retriever, yeah.
Those are beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
Got some light coming.
Then I think we're good.
So we got a lot of runners out here today, which is good. It's a nice spot. A lot of people like to run on it because the trails are nice and flat out here, and there's not a lot of big rocks to trip you up. So I still think I would sprain an ankle out here, but other folks seem to be doing just fine with it. So anyways, we're going to keep going on a little bit, walk a little farther, and see how the energy levels do. So it helps to have good gear and good shoes. So Jesse and I are walking along. We're just a few more minutes into it. Had several runners come by. Kudos to them for running this trail. But I was telling her, that I noticed I'm feeling pretty good right off the bat. We had eggs and bacon for breakfast. So we're probably operating right now, both of us under 5 carbs easily. But notice that we're feeling pretty good. There's a lot of inclines here and then rocks to go over. So it's not super rugged, but it's enough to get your heart pumping. And notice that we got pretty good energy. And so I was telling her that I predicted, you know, because, well, the thing about it is you start off like that, and of course, you know, you're excited and want to see how things go, and so your energy level's up and, you know, having a good time. But
we're 3/4 of a mile into it.
3/4 of a mile, okay. So we're 3/4 of a mile in, you know, that's not too far, and you're feeling pretty good. But then you start to wonder, you know, is it going to last? Is that going to continue? And I predicted to her that I think it will. I think it'll last the whole hiking. I really do. It doesn't mean we wouldn't get a little tired, but I'm talking about the energy to push on without having to crash. See, this is a pretty good little incline right here, but you won't be able to see that on camera. But without having that crash halfway through it, needing to reach for like a Cliff Bar, which was my go-to previously. So, how you feeling back there?
I'm a little winded, but that's just me. That's really normal for me.
Well, we just went up a heck of an incline right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, winded is nothing. I mean, you could be super physically fit and still get a little winded. You know, your body needs that oxygen going in. So, anyways, that's what I predict. Let's see if that's how it goes through the course of this hiking. What's your predictions for yourself?
What, we think we're doing like 3-some miles?
Maybe. Probably, yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
Think you'll be all right?
I think so. I'm not going to have no crashes.
Boom. No crashes today, folks. So Jesse and I are plugging away on this trail, you know, seemingly with no issues at all, and I don't expect that we will encounter any issues as far as energy and stuff is concerned. But I got thinking about this trail right here borders a river. It's called the Hall River, and it borders along that, and it has 3 campsites. I think 3, maybe 4. 3 campsites that are set just a little bit off the river, which is kind of a little bit of a gaffe because I love to sleep, or if I do camp, I do like to do it right beside a river because the sound of the water will put you to sleep in no time. So that's always nice. But I got to thinking about, you know, doing some camping and stuff. And of course, not out here. It's like I said, these are off the river quite a bit, even though I can hear the river off in the distance. So, but I got to thinking about how, if you went camping and stuff, what the quality of your outdoor life might be when you're feeling better. You know, if you're dropping weight, or if you're eating right, if you're feeling like you're running kind of a little bit more on premium than just unleaded gas. So I got to think about that, and how I think for most people that maybe take on this way of eating, as I'm kind of experiencing right now, it is a nice feeling. It's good to feel like you can just keep going. I was just telling Jess that a second ago. I said, you know, I just feel like I keep going without having to, you know, have a big old snack and stuff like that. So I've been enjoying that, and I was just kind of tossing that around, mulling that around in my mind about how that could, you know, a lot of things that you used to do before, you know, what is the impact that's going to have with you feeling better, dropping weight, feeling slimmer, you know, definitely out running a lot better. Your body's running a lot better, so a lot more of your outdoor activities would be, I think, a lot more improved. But so I think for some of you maybe that didn't get outdoors prior to your keto way of life, you may want to go ahead and go back and revisit that. Put yourself outdoors and see what's new. You know, see if you're able to do a lot more than what you used to. I think you might be pleasantly, excuse me while I toe tap. I think you might be pleasantly surprised at what you're able to do and how you feel. A lot of people shut themselves down. Notice I said shut themselves down because they go out once, maybe twice, and it's a little tough. And so a little bit tough for them, and they kind of think, you know, it's maybe just not for them and stuff. So I would, you know, definitely encourage you to go ahead and revisit that thought. Go ahead and get back out there and see what you can do. You'll probably surprise yourself, definitely. There's the river. I can kind of see it up there. So there's Jesse coming on down to the river. We've just taken a short little break off the trail, which is just right up to the top of the hill there. And this is that river I was talking about. This is the Hall River that you're seeing where this trail borders along. Beautiful little river. You got you a small little amount of rapids over there. If you could camp on the edge of this, you'd be fine. But unfortunately, it's a little bit off of this, so you wouldn't be able to hear all of that, which is a beautiful sound when you're laying down. You smell that river? It's kind of good and stinky at the same time. So I think as Jesse and I are sitting out here next to the river, it brings me to a thought that, what about rewards? What about rewards for how far you've come? Because like you and I, here face camera. So for Jesse and I, like, we've completed 22 days, and I think that's a good a good little amount to complete. Heck, I think getting past the first day, that would be worth some sort of reward, as long as it's not food. We want to stop doing that for sure. But little things like this, taking a walk, seeing how good it feels, seeing the energy you have, go and sit beside a river. If you're somebody who enjoys rivers or being by water, then this would be a great reward for yourself. Or what's some other rewards you can get?
Some shoes.
Some shoes. You can go buy yourself some new running shoes. Because that's not food and stuff, but that's a definitely worthy reward, especially if they're not cheap. That'd be okay. What else? You can buy clothes, maybe a favorite pair of jeans.
Yeah, you have to start getting some clothes.
You're going to have to start getting some new clothes. Although I haven't really dropped my current clothes, I was telling her when we were coming out here that shorts feel a little loose, which is a good feeling. And I think that's kind of contributed to the nice hike today. So definitely.
I'm going to get some silver tab jeans when I hit my goal weight.
Silver tab, those are some old school stuff. And I remember
They're still like $100.
Silver tab jeans, I think, came out and then got popular. They came out, and I thought they were cheap when we first got them. And then they got popular and started becoming like $50, $60 pair of jeans that you got. So anyways, I'm going to get off this camera because I want to take time to actually enjoy the water a little bit, but I thought we'd throw that out there to you. So Jessie had reminded me, as we are well off of the riverbank now, back onto the trail, she had reminded me that in some of her research or whatever into running and how to power yourself or when's the appropriate time to refuel and things of that nature. Of course, remember, there's always conflicting information and different amounts and different times and stuff. But one of the things that she had picked up on was that after you've exercised for about 45 minutes-ish, that's about the time that your body has depleted a big chunk of carbohydrates. And you would then need to eat a goo. It's a brand name little gel energy drink. And that's why I suggest you be careful of the spider webs.
No, it's the bees.
Oh, bees?
That's the bees yellow. There's 3 of them. I was thinking there was a nest or something down there.
Okay. Well, we made it untouched. Okay, good. But anyway, you maybe eat a goo or something like that, or you might, like I said, mine was a Cliff Bar, although I don't know how good those would be at refilling, simply because they're a solid and it would take a little bit longer to break that down as opposed to a liquid or even a gel. But
I did Cliff Bars for like doing your hikes and stuff.
Did they Cliff Bars?
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe that's because you're not doing as harsh of a regimen, and so it would give it time to refuel your body. Anyways, she said, well, you guys didn't hear Jessie, but you probably didn't. She said that they do recommend Cliff Bars if you're doing hiking and stuff, which is what I'd had before. But I will be honest that I could take a Cliff Bar out here and be hungry right afterwards. I really feel like it does nothing in the grand scheme of things. I just see it as a nice treat. But anyway, so here we are about the 45-minute mark, maybe even 50 minutes now. So it's interesting to see if any of that holds true. Not that we're some kind of super humans now because we do the keto and stuff, but it's good to see how your body reacts. Can you push it a little longer? Fasting in the morning and stuff is one thing. When you're doing good exercise and stuff, can you fast through that as well and still come out on top? I think that's what we're doing. So we're coming up on 2 miles and still feeling fantastic, honestly. So I think mine said something like we've been at it like an hour and 7 minutes, and we've just been taking the hills and everything just like it was nothing. So that's good. And I was telling Jessie, it's not like we couldn't do these hiking things before, because we could. Is that my alarm?
Hope not.
I don't think it is, but then again, I don't know. Hope that's not my truck. Oh, somebody shut it off, so it's definitely not my truck. Okay, anyways, I was telling her that it's not that we couldn't do these trails before, it's just that we would have...
You'd feel drained. By the time you were done, you'd be ready to be done.
Yeah, you'd be ready to be done. And I was telling her I'd always have planned, of course, something to eat. And that's what people mean by scheduling their life around food. What am I doing? Am I going to be able to eat when I need to eat? God help me if I don't eat at 4 or 12. If I go much longer than that, I'm going to start getting shaky. I'm going to have blood sugar problems, things of that nature. So anyways, it's very nice, very comforting to know that that hasn't been the case today. So we're going to chalk this up as
How about going from getting your bowl of cereal as soon as you wake up to fast until 11?
Yeah, that's true.
How do you feel about
That's
that?
a good point. She was asking, if you didn't hear, how I feel about where I used to wake up, grab a bowl of cereal right off the bat because I love some cereal. And now I can fast at 10 or 11. So, of course, before it was wake up and eat. That was like priority. Like I didn't feel like I could run at all or function at all without some sort of sugar, basically. And even when I wasn't doing cereal, I was still popping a couple tablespoons worth of creamer into my coffee, which is giving me lots of carbs and stuff. But now I can fast at 10, 11. I still get about 10, 11, I get hungry, but you're supposed to get hungry. That's a biological signal, saying, hey, let's eat. We still need minerals, vitamins and stuff to fuel your body. So, but it is a big difference, and we still are looking forward to this actually getting better along the way. So we want to thank all you guys for hanging out with us and watching the video. We're about to the end of our trail where it starts getting noisy, but you guys have a good one. Get out and enjoy yourselves, and we'll see y'all on the next video.